So hari ini, today I want to continue talking about quadratic equation, except that we know that all quadratic functions, dia adalah dalam bentuk ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, this is what we have seen before. And we have already discovered kalau A, B dan C ni kan saya kasih ubah nilai, macam mana dia punya perubahan kepada graf tersebut. Okay, and so today what I want to do is I want to teach you all another form of quadratic function. So for example, if I give you this form, which is called x plus h squared, x minus h squared plus k. Okay, this is another form. Dia adalah ungkapan yang sama, the same function. Okay, it's just that different form. Okay, just like water lah kan. Water, ice and water is the same thing, but actually it's different form. Kan? Ice is just water that is hard, and water is just water that is not hard. It's liquid lah. Okay, but it's the same thing. Begitu juga dengan these two quadratic functions. Dia punya bentuk berlainan. It is the same function, but it is in a different form. Okay, and a third form, okay, ada tiga form lah yang kamu harus tahu. The first form is what we call the general form. Okay, ini yang kita sudah belajar dari turun-temurun lah. Okay, general form. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, the second one, nanti sekejap lagi saya akan beritahu. The third one is called the intercept form. A, x minus p, and x minus q, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is called the intercept form. Okay, and this one in the middle is called the vertex form. Okay, kenapa vertex? Vertex means vertex is the minimum or the maximum form. Okay, because we know that there are two types of quadratic function graphs. The first type is kalau dia adalah bentuk U macam ni. And then the second type is kalau dia adalah bentuk N macam ni. So this is called a minimum graph. Okay, because titik minima ini, this minimum point, okay, the vertex, okay, is the minimum point. Okay, itu namanya vertex lah, paling atas atau paling bawah. Okay, manakala in a maximum graph, okay, dia punya vertex berada di atas sini, titik yang paling atas. Okay, dia hanya satu saja. Okay, dan the vertex is known as the maximum point, titik maksima. Okay, and so we can rewrite, kita boleh tulis balik ini ke dalam bentuk begini. Okay, but of course we have to do the steps lah. Kita kena buat step-step yang begitu supaya kita boleh tahu macam mana mau tukar daripada general form to vertex form. And actually, all three also can be changed one. Okay, take a look at page 55. So you have vertex form di sebelah kiri. Okay, and then general form in the center. Okay, and then intercept form. Okay, on the right hand side. How do you change general form to vertex form? We do this step called completing the square. Nah, hujan sudah. Okay, and completing the square is something that we have done before. Okay, if you remember lah, let me see if I can find it. Completing the square. Oh, macam berkurun-kurun lepas we've done this. Hold on. Wow, so long ago. We did this first. No. There, this is the one, completing the square. Remember this? Okay, so the one that kita ada 5/2, lepas tu di sebelah kanan pun 5/2. Yeah, so this is completing the square, but it's slightly different lah. And that's what we want to do today. Okay, our main job today, oh gosh, kejap, 57. Okay, our main job today is how to change a general form equation to vertex form. Okay, and then of course, how to do from intercept to general form is we expand, okay, expansion, Vertex form to general form also we expand. Okay, and then from general form to intercept form we factorize. Okay, so how do I change? Is there a shortcut now to vertex form straight away pergi intercept form atau intercept form straight away pergi vertex form? Tiada. Okay, we have to change everything to general form first, baru kita boleh tahu. Okay, so no matter what, now that's why we started with the general form. Semua orang kena tahu general form. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so take for example, okay, take a look at example 13, page 56. Okay, take a look at example 13 in page 56. So you are given the equation over there. Okay, fx equals to negative 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so this is what form? This is general form. Okay, then soalan minta tulis express this general form as, okay, express as fx equals to a x minus h squared plus k. What form is this? This is vertex form. Okay, and so we take a look at this one again. How do I change general form, go to vertex form? We need to do completing the square. Okay, so completing the square is something that you've learned much earlier in the chapter. Okay, and now we're using it again in this part of the chapter. So, kalau kamu lupa sudah macam mana mau buat completing the square, I would suggest that you go and watch the video again. Okay, nanti saya akan put the link in YouTube. Go and watch the video again on how to do completing the square. Everybody must be able to do completing the square because completing the square is so important. Okay, penyempurnaan kuasa 2 is very important. So please do that. So, in order to solve this, let's start with this one. Saya ikut the example over there. So fx equals to minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now, when I'm doing this example, of course, I want you to take a look at your textbook, okay, and follow the steps correctly. If there's anything you don't understand, make sure you ask. Kenapa ni langkah ni macam ni? Okay, so the first thing we do when we complete the square is we have to make sure that a equals to 1. You have no choice. You have to do a equals to 1. And so because of that, we have to factorize the negative 3 out. Okay, and so we will get fx equals to negative 3. And then after that, everything inside will be x squared minus 2 over 3x minus 1 over 3. Okay, how do I, when I take out the negative 3 kan, macam mana ini boleh berlaku? Okay, is factorization lah, which is something that you should already know in Form 3. Okay, but basically is kalau kamu kasih keluar 3 kan, yang nombor ini dan ini akan bahagi dengan nombor tersebut. Saya ulang balik when you take out the first number, okay, these two numbers akan bahagi dengan nombor negatif 3. That's why tambah 2 akan jadi negative 2 over 3. Because tambah 2 bahagi negatif 3, negative 2 over 3 lah. Tambah 1, when you divide it by negative 3, you become negative 1 over 3. Okay, so get used to that first. Okay, then after that, we do our good friend completing the square. Completing the square is, if you have not remembered, completing the square is we take this number in the center, the B number, okay, and then we divide it by 2, and then we square. Okay, B divided by 2 squared. And so let's do this. B is negative 2 over 3. Okay, we divide by 2. When we divide by 2, we will get negative 1 over 3, and then the whole thing kita kasih square. Okay, ini dari completing the square. Okay, if you don't understand why this is happening, watch the video that I will send later. Okay, lepas kelas ini terus kau pergi watch itu video, pergi ulang kaji balik macam mana mau buat completing the square. Jangan bagi tahu dengan saya, oh saya tidak tahu, saya tak pernah belajar. Please okay, everything is in the video. Can one. So what we do is, sorry, saya kekalkan negative 3. Okay, then after that over here, this one kita kekalkan. Okay, negative 2 over 3x. Now this new thing, green color, kita kasih masuk. 1 tambah, okay, negative 1 over 3 squared, and then tolak negative 1 over 3 squared. Whether it is a negative number or positive number, kita selalu tambah dan tolak. Okay, Itu nombor negatif tu kita kasih kekal di dalam. Okay, and then after that, minus 1 over 3, tutup. Okay, notice that I'm putting in the green color in between the pink color. Okay, it can be done that way one. Okay, then after that, what do? I take this one and I take this one and I group them together. Okay, just like completing the square dulu. Gosh, saya kena banyak tukar nombor. Okay, so this will be x minus 1 over 3, the whole thing squared. Okay, so this part sudah kena settle. Okay, this part sudah kena settle, masuk dalam sini. Okay, I'm quite sure that there are some of you who are asking, mana pergi ni negatif 2/3x ini? Okay, dia bukan pergi ke mana-mana, dia termasuk sudah dalam itu kurungan. Okay, which I also explained in my YouTube video before this. So please go and watch the video again. Okay, jangan tanya saya soalan begitu lagi. Alright, then this one will be guna calculator. Okay, ini semua bahagian ini kan, kamu guna calculator and you will get minus 4 over 9. Okay, the last and the most important step is this negative 3, kita kena darab masuk lagi balik. Okay, so lepas kamu factorizekan, you multiply back. Okay, multiply in the negative 3. And so you will get negative 3, leave this bracket alone. Kasih biarlah ini kurungan satu orang. Okay, tambah 4 over 3. Okay, then bila kamu bandingkan, take a look at this. So this is fx. Soalan dia bagi fx equals to a x minus h squared plus k. So when we compare, I see that, oh, a is negative 3, h is 1 over 3, okay, and k is 4 over 3. Okay, do you see that? Okay, but of course, the most difficult part about this is doing the completing the square. Itu yang susah. Okay, so the completing the square part is the difficult part, which you need to do a lot of practice lah. Okay, I cannot say this enough. You have to do a lot of practice on this. But when you do a lot of practice, okay, I guarantee you it becomes much easier. Okay, now let me try another one. Okay, let's try another one. Fx, oh sorry, fx, I want you to just complete the square first. Change into vertex form. So what we did just now is, this is general form kan? Okay, then bila kita tukar pergi ini sudah jadi vertex form. So that's our main job for today, changing general form to become vertex form. Okay, so this is fx equals to 2x squared plus 9x plus 10. Okay, now how do I change this into vertex form? Same thing, okay, we do completing the square. Okay, so we take out the 2 first. Okay, selalu langkah yang pertama kita kasih keluar nombor 2. Okay, so when we keluarkan nombor 2, what I will get? Semua nombor ini akan terbahagi dengan 2 juga. Okay, so x squared plus 9 over 2x plus 10 bahagi 2, 5. Okay, 10 divided by 2 will be equals to 5. So that's the first step. Okay, if there is no number sini, okay, kalau tiada nombor di sini, then tak payah. But if there's a number over there, you need to take it out first. Okay, sebab completing the square tidak boleh jadi okay, kalau dia bukan nombor 1. Okay, then the next step is kita tengok nombor ini. 9/2. What is our this one? B divided by 2 squared. Kan? What is the B? B is 9 over 2. Divide by 2 will give you 9 over 4. Tekan calculator lah. Okay, 9/2 bahagi 2 sama dengan 9/4. Kejap. Okay, so 9/2 bahagi 2 sama dengan 9/4. And then kita kena kasih square. Okay, so then we put it inside. So macam mana kita masukkan? Okay, brown color kita kekalkan. Okay, x squared plus 9 over 2x. Okay, then after that, baru kita masukkan plus 9 over 4 squared minus 9 over 4 squared. Okay, then plus 5. Okay, so what we will get is, okay, then lepas itu apa yang akan terjadi? Ini sama ini, dia akan bergabung menjadi satu. So it will be x plus 9/4. The whole thing squared. Okay, saya kekalkan ini dua di luar. Okay, jangan dulu sentuh. So saya settle dulu, sorry, saya settle dulu di sebahagian. Okay, then lepas itu yang di belakang ini, okay, sorry, and then after that all this behind here, right, what do you do? Tekan calculator saja, nothing much to this. Okay, tekan calculator, minus 9/4 squared plus 5. Okay, oh sorry, you should get minus 1/16. Okay, then what's the next step? 2 itu kasih darab masuk. Okay, 2 darab dengan kurungan, 2 darab dengan ini. Tapi itu kurungan jangan sentuh. Don't touch the bracket. Okay, leave it alone. Okay, so what you will get is 2 plus 9/4 squared minus 1/8. Sorry. Okay. Tiba-tiba hujan dengan kuat. Okay, so can so that's our main job for today lah. But okay, completing the square is one thing lah. But the other thing is we need to understand what the vertex form means. Okay, so saya sudah tunjukkan dua contoh of completing the square untuk mengubah how to change the general form to vertex form. Okay, but we have to understand apa ni? Kenapa kita mau cari the vertex form? Okay, so why is the vertex form very important? Okay, let me come back to our original one. The original vertex equation is A x minus p squared plus q. Is it minus p plus q? Did they use p and q? Oh, h and k, sorry. H, and then over here is k. Okay, so for a minimum graph, okay, for a minimum graph, let's say beginilah. Okay, so this is the minimum point. Okay, this equation tells us the coordinate of the minimum or the maximum point. Okay, the coordinate of the minimum or the maximum point. Di mana the x coordinate for the minimum point is h and k. Manakala sini pun sama ni, h atau k. So that's why this point is very important. Okay, so let's say for example fx, saya bagi kamu contoh lah, let's say 3x minus 2 squared plus 4. You can immediately tell me two things. Number one, is it a minimum graph or maximum graph? Number two, what is the vertex? Okay, sama ada dia minimum point or maximum point. Okay, macam mana saya mau tahu minimum graph atau maximum graph? We look at this number. Is this number positive or negative? If A is positive, then this is the graph. If A is negative, then this is the graph. Okay, remember this, this is fakta. Okay, tidak payah faham punya, it's just fakta yang kamu kena tahu. Kalau A adalah bernilai positif, then bentuk grafnya adalah begini, titik H dan K itu adalah minimum. If the A is a negative number, okay, fakta, okay, it is a maximum graph and the maximum point, H and K, is maximum point. Okay, the coordinate for the maximum point. Okay, so in this case, I know, oh, 3 is what? Positive or negative? It's positive. So I know that my graph is a minimum graph. And what is my minimum point? My minimum point over here, the coordinate is 2 and 4. I just take this number and I just take this number. Okay, 2 and 4. So it's very simple, right? When you see the vertex form, you can immediately tahu bah. You know, oh, okay, this is the minimum point. Saya boleh nampak saja. Don't have to, there's nothing to calculate, nothing to think. Kamu nampak saja, kamu tahu sudah. Oh, okay, oh, macam tu. Okay, cuma dia ada satu syarat saja. There's only one condition to this. Okay, and the condition is that the number next to the H must be a negative number. Okay, so the question is, what if it is not a negative number? Okay, so I'm going to use this example again. And then I show you lah. Okay, what if it's not a negative number? Say for example astaga. Okay, let's say I change this. I put this +2 now. Okay. Okay. So same thing. Tell me, is the graph minimum or maximum? 3 is still a positive number, so it is a minimum graph. Okay, but my minimum point now is different. Okay, my minimum point now is -2 and 4. Okay, saya bandingkan dengan just now. I compare with the equation just now. If it is 3x minus 2 squared plus 4, okay, it is still a minimum graph, except that my minimum point now is 2 and 4. So be very careful with this. Okay, the x coordinate okay, is always opposite to this number. Kalau nombor di sini negatif 2, x coordinate-nya adalah 2. Kalau the number over here is positive 2, the x coordinate is -2. Very important to remember. Okay, always people forget one. Okay, sampai form 5 pun saya akan balik-balik teriak ni benda ni. Because people always forget this. Padahal it's such a simple fact to remember tau. Okay, just remember that the number x coordinate is always opposite. Y coordinate bahkan ikut saja. Kalau dia positif, positif. Kalau dia negatif, negatif. Nothing changes. Only the x coordinate is opposite. Okay, be very careful with this. Okay, very careful with this. Okay, so let me give you another example. Let's take the other one just now. Okay, let's take this one. 2x, this one sorry. Balik-balik saya tunjukkan, tapi sebenarnya kau tidak nampak. Okay, 2x plus 9/4 squared minus 1/8. Okay, first thing you need to tell me is minimum or maximum graph. Okay, it is a minimum graph. Okay, minimum graph. So what is the vertex? Apa koordinat di bawah sini? Okay, the coordinate is, take a look at the x coordinate, dia mesti berlawan. So it is -9/4. And kita ambil je the whole thing. Okay, -1/8. Tada, habis. Senang kan? Once you know this, but okay, the difficult part obviously is doing the completing the square. Itu saya faham. Okay, but this one, it is satu kali kamu nampak bahkan, you should know. One time you see, you must already know. Okay, and how you going to know is you must practice. Obviously, you must practice. Okay, no practice means no one. Okay, no practice means you won't know. You need to be able to practice this. Okay, let's take a look at this equation. Ini tadi. Saya guna warna merah. This one. Okay. Fx equals to -3 x minus 1/3 squared plus 4/3. Okay, the first question you need to ask is it a minimum or a maximum graph? Okay, and obviously it is a maximum graph sebab nombornya adalah negatif. Okay, second thing, what is the vertex? Dia adalah maximum point lah. What is the vertex? The vertex is koordinat x mesti berlawan, koordinat y kita kekalkan. So the coordinate x, kalau di sini adalah -1/3, koordinat x ni adalah 1/3. Simple je kan? Sebenarnya simple sahaja. Okay. And then the y coordinate, ambil je. Okay, 4/3. Okay, and usually at this point, people will ask me lah, Sir, okay kah kalau koordinat itu adalah pecahan? Okay. Apa masalahnya? Tiada masalah. No problem. If your coordinates are fractions, no problem. Better fractions than tempat perpuluhan. Okay, better to be fraction than decimal for coordinates lah. Okay, so biasakan diri. Now our coordinate kan bukan lagi 1, 2, 3, 4 begitu, tiada. Sometimes you got 1/3, 9/10, 10/9. Okay, get used to all this. Okay, because these are the world of numbers. Okay, nombor bukan sekadar 1, 2, 3 saja. Okay, there's many more to this. Okay, so okay, so the other thing that we also need to talk about is how to change the other forms lah. Okay, but it's very simple lah, because only the difficult one is completing the square. Yang lain semua expansion, and factorization. Okay, take a look at example. You know what? No. Begitu kah? Okay lah. Okay, take a look at page 57. Okay, page 57. And I kind of want to do question number 2. Okay, page 57, question 2. Kita buat ni sama-sama so that you don't have to do this as a homework lah. Okay, so they say express each of the following vertex form, okay, into general and intercept. So we have to change it to general and then we have to change it to intercept. Okay, go back to the jadwal. How to change from vertex, go to general by expansion, and then you go to intercept by factorization. So we have to do it 2 steps. We start from vertex, okay, and then we go to general, and then we go to this one by expanding, and after that you factorize. Okay, so question A, fx equals to x minus 2 squared minus 1. Okay, first of all, we stop for a while and we go back to talk about this graph. Okay, you can tell me 2 information daripada this vertex form. Number 1, is it the minimum or maximum graph? Okay, and number 2, what is the vertex? Tell me. Okay, so daripada this equation, this is a minimum graph. Sebab nombornya adalah nombor positif di depan. Sini nombor positif kan? Tiada negatif di depan. So it's positive. Positive means it is a minimum graph. Minimum graph, and what is the vertex? The vertex is 2 and minus 1. 2 sebab di sini negatif 2. So dia mesti berubah menjadi positif. Dan nombor negatif kekal. Okay, so when you see vertex form, practice when you see the vertex form, terus kau bagi tahu, okay, apa dia punya coordinate, is it minimum or maximum, begitu, mesti kau practice. Okay, engage the mind. Okay, now let's change it to general form. How do we change it to general form is we expand. Okay, so kita expand ini dulu, kita akan dapat x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 1. Kan? So ini saja, this one lah, we expand, we get this. Minus 1 di sini. Can we simplify this? Can. X squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 1 is 3. Tada! General form sudah. Okay. General form. Okay. Then, how do you change general form to intercept form? Okay. Intercept form is factorize. Okay. So when you want to do factorizing of this, okay, you have to prepare 2 bracket lah. Okay, this is normal lah. Okay, prepare 2 bracket and you will get x minus 3 and x minus 1. Okay, and this will be intercept form. Okay, we have done this actually when we were doing the, you remember this? Yang ini, saya lorek-lorek ni. We've done this actually when we were doing this. Okay, kita cari dia punya EQN and then we find the two values over here. Okay, so this will be 1 and this will be 3. X equals to 1 and x equals to 3. You can use EQN also if you want, but how to change from general form to intercept form is this one lah. And that is why guys, it is called the intercept form. Sebab inilah dia punya interception. Actually it is the x-intercept form lah. Sebab dia memotong pada paksi x. Okay, but the book doesn't tell us that it's x-intercept form. Dia cakap intercept form saja. Tapi sebenarnya yang dia intercept, okay, is actually the x-axis lah. Okay, nilai-nilai x. Okay, it'll be 1 and 3. Okay, so sorry, I don't know. At this point, to me, it's like, wow, this is so interesting. The same equation, the same equation, I've changed it one way, saya boleh tahu ini. I change it another way, saya boleh tahu ini. Okay, there are many things that I can know just by looking at the equation. I just have to change the form. And that's the most important part. Okay, about all this. Okay, change the form. Okay, let's do question B. Question B, fx equals to 9 minus 2x minus 1 squared. Okay, when you see things like this, you have to stop for a while. Okay, kita tidak biasa dengan bentuk macam ni. We are used to this one. Kan? Yang ada square tu yang di depan. So, what do we do when we come to this? It's okay. Change the position, but bring the sign together with you. Perhatikan, the negative is with the bracket. So it must go together. So this will be negative 2x minus 1 squared And then this one, what is the number in front? No number. What is the sign in front? No sign. So it will be plus 9. Jangan juga, ini saya selalu marah ni, kalau saya nampak orang buat begini kan, saya akan marah. You know why? Because apa yang diorang buat kan, dia ubah ini saja. Tapi itu tanda kasih kekal di tengah. So 2x minus 1 squared minus 9. Begitu. Tak boleh ya, tak boleh, tak boleh, tak boleh. Okay, this is illegal. Okay, because the negative belongs to the bracket. So you must bring it together with you. Okay? So, based on this is obviously vertex form now. Okay, you can see this is vertex form. Okay, you can see this is vertex form and you can tell me the two things. Is it a minimum or maximum graph? It is a maximum graph because nombor negatif di depan. So, maximum graph. What is my vertex? My vertex is, okay, hati-hati di sini ya. Okay, be careful with this lah. This is a bit tricky lah. The x is always a problem. Okay, so if you really want to know what is the x, make this 0. 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, then you get x equals to half. Begitu. Okay, so the maximum point is actually half and the y coordinate is 9. Okay, slightly different lah. Ini is a little bit different lah than what we used to, but can one, boleh. Okay, so same thing. Change to general form. How do we change vertex to general form? We expand. Kita kembangkan. Okay, so when we kembangkan, okay guys, be very careful with this. Because there's a negative sign in front, be very careful with this. Okay, kita kembangkan dulu. Kita kembangkan yang bracket saja dulu. Okay, I'm going to leave the purple color over there, changing to blue. So this will be 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 plus, sorry, purple, plus 9. Okay, notice that bila saya kembangkan, I only expand the one in the bracket. The negative saya kasih biar dulu di luar. Okay, because lepas kita kembangkan, baru kita boleh masukkan the negative 1 per 1. So this will be negative 4x squared plus 4x minus 1 plus 9. Okay, let's just bulldoze through lah. So this is negative 4x squared plus 4x plus 8. Okay, so this is general form sudah. And then general form, kita boleh tukar pergi intercept form. All you have to do is do the EQN. Okay, when we do the EQN, okay, when we do the EQN, minus 4, 4, and 8, we will get x equals to negative 1 and x equals to 2. But remember, the intercept form must be terbalik. So this is x plus 1 and x minus 2. Okay? Oh, sorry, you have to take out the 4 out lah. Okay, kasi factorize the 4. Because in order for you to do this, you have to factorize out the 4. Okay, negative x squared minus, sorry, plus x plus 2. Okay, begini. So this will be the intercept form. Okay. All right. One last example, and then we'll call it a day lah. Okay. Question C. Okay. Fx equals to 2x plus 1 squared minus 18. Okay. Same thing. Tell me again, is it a minimum or maximum graph, and what is the vertex? Okay. So this one is obviously a minimum graph because the number is positive. Okay. Secondly, what is my minimum point? Tengok koordinat X. Kalau di sini tambah 1, di sini adalah tolak 1. Kalau di sini adalah tolak 18, this will be negative 18. We don't change the Y. Okay, we never change the Y. So don't forget that. Okay, let's expand. Sebab kita mau tukar pergi general form. So 2, this will be x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 18. Okay, bila saya darab masuk, 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 minus 18. Okay, darab semua masuk. Okay, let's simplify this. 2x squared plus 4x. 2 minus 18 is minus 16. Okay, so this is general form sudah. Okay, now we want to change to intercept form. Oh dear. Okay, intercept form. Okay, intercept form. Before we do intercept form, we have to factorize first. So factorize 2 keluarlah paling kecil nombor 2 kan. So 2, this will give us x squared plus 2x minus 8. Okay, then when you use EQN, what you will get is 2 and then 2 brackets. So you give you x, I think this is plus 4 and x minus 2. Okay, I think that should be it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this will be the intercept form. Oh dear, so unlucky. Okay, so two very important things okay, about today's class. Number one, okay, is I need you to remember again how to change from general form to vertex form by using completing the square. So if you don't remember how to do completing the square, tolong tengok the video yang pasal completing the square balik. Okay, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Okay, secondly, okay, I need you to also know how to change from vertex to general and from general to intercept. Okay, by using expansion and also factorization. Okay, how to change from intercept to general? Senang lah, expand saja. Ini senang ni. Kalau kau expand, biasa sudah kan kau akan dapat ni. So no problem. It is just from general to intercept yang menjadi sangat penting. Okay, so what I want you to do today is, hold on. Ooh, okay. Okay, I want you to try these questions today lah. Okay, because our class is Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday kan macam berderet-deret dia punya class. Okay, so what I want you to do is find the vertex of the function. Okay, hold on. Okay, I definitely want you to do page 57. Okay, self-practice 2.8. Okay, question number 4 and number 5 for today's homework.